The woman thought it was just a large dirt pit. But when she stepped inside, she realized it was a footprint, and it was several times bigger than her. What kind of creature could leave behind a footprint that massive? According to two elderly locals, their dog had been barking non-stop that evening. They figured it had spotted a stranger, so they didn't pay much attention. But then, the house began to shake. They assumed it was a landslide. Without checking further, they rushed into their basement for safety. Just as they got inside, the whole house began to move as if it were dancing. They had no idea how long the shaking lasted. But once things calmed down, they climbed out, only to find their home completely destroyed. It looked like something had slammed right into it, smashing it to pieces. And there, on the ground, were two massive footprints. After hearing their story, Captain Chris was convinced it had to be some kind of giant creature. He and his team followed the prints, searching a 20-kilometer radius, but they found nothing. It was as if the creature had vanished into thin air. They even deployed thermal imaging, but still came up empty. A creature that size shouldn't just disappear. It had to be hiding. But the surrounding area was nothing but bare mountains. Where could it possibly hide? To find answers, Katie and the others reached out to a professor of archaeology, someone who had studied these giant creatures over a decade ago. They brought him to the place where the monster had disappeared. Drawing on years of experience, the professor immediately noticed something was off. The soil smelled strange. Comparing the current landscape with maps he had made years ago, he saw that everything was different. Even more bizarre, a new mountain had somehow appeared out of nowhere. Just as they began comparing maps more closely, the mountain behind them suddenly opened.